The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Tuesday, the 9th day of August, 2022. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, and Lindo's. I'm Jamal Hartman. She's Sherry Vanderpool, and Leanna Lambert will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Sister Sherry.
Good morning.
What's so good about the morning?
Well, as I mentioned to you earlier, I got up and went walking this morning. I feel, rejuvenated. My knees are hurting though, but we'll try to see how that works out later on in the week. But yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit of exercise in,
That is knees. Yeah. That comes with age. That comes with, wisdom, experience. I'm getting better with the language and word thing. Yeah.
But I know you got knee issues, so I'm not concerned.
Oh, no, I don't got none of those yet. Nope. I mean,
they're around the corner.
Knocking on that wood. Don't wish that on me, lady. Anyway, greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Dr. Alexandra Littlejohn on to discuss the importance of eye care. Sherry, do you wear glasses?
Sure do.
So you wear them, Sancha wears them, Leanna has them, but none of you ever have them on air.
Yeah, because I can see, I'm was it nearsighted? I can see close. I can't see far away. So when I drive, I need to have them on or contacts or something. So like right now, I don't have anything on because fortunately or unfortunately, I could see you clear.
You are fortunate. Well, no, I mean, it seems like you were taking shots at Sancha because you can see on the show and she can, and yeah. But anyway, the Daily Play is a remember when, folks. So little history for Sherry and any track and field lovers in the audience. This question, you should know the answer for.
Oh, gosh.
What?
Okay. I'm not a track and field person, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, hopefully I can see through something. Okay. So, I want to claim Sancha. I can't see. No, but my prescription is not that bad.
Shots at you. She said good morning, and she went for a walk too, but she said she doesn't have knee issues, but she went walking. I'm just saying, like, she's trying to say she's not on your level as far
as she's not.
That's what I read into it, right?
As you would.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Good job, Sancha.
We have she says she'll see me on Friday when she can read all the comments. These idle threats, folks. We've got a conversation to have, right? So I'm not sure if everyone's seen the news, heard the news. No, we're not going to discuss that. Another deceiving politician. No, we're not doing that. You can wait for the news break for that. People.
You couldn't help yourself.
No, I couldn't. People hit me up. The RA said Belka is misleading the public. Well, I mean, hey,
I'll leave. But that's not what we're talking about today.
Hey. But let's go to some more friendly things to discuss this morning. Not friendly, but things of interest. We do have yesterday the Bermuda Police Service, right? So they spoke about, and I'm reading from the Royal Gazette. So Operation Vega clocks motorists traveling at more than 70 miles per hour. So that's the title, the headline in the Royal Gazette. But I guess the most important part here is the BPS said that between July 11th and August 8th, there were 640 tickets issued, up from 444 the previous month. Interesting. So whatever. Now, let me be clear before we get into today's conversation. This ain't about knocking the police service or anything, but I got some questions about Operation Vega, and I can compare it to the sugar tax. You'll see where I'm going with this. So breakdown of traffic offenses on the RG. Wow, somebody was really going that speed. Highest record speed, 119. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. Traffic so 293 speeding tickets, 78 traffic signs, uninsured vehicles. It's all on the records app. But altogether, 6,670 tickets were issued since Operation Vega was launched last year. Here's my challenge and my hope for the Bermuda Police Service and Operation Vega. And this is the question of the morning. The question of the morning is, do you believe Operation Vega has been a success? Do you believe, and success would mean different things to different people. Let's just be clear. Success may be giving people tickets. I don't know that. That may be your version of success. For me, I would like more data. My hope was that the Bermuda Police Service would actually, when you release stuff like this, you would actually say, right, there's been a reduction in traffic accidents. And I don't want to hear that you can find this data elsewhere. Because if the purpose of Operation Vega was to cut down on or improve the habits of drivers, like, and remember, I mentioned sugar tax, right? Sugar tax. Was it to generate more revenue for the government, or was it to improve the eating habits of the general public? Was this Operation Vega to improve the driving habits of the motorists, or was it to ticket more people and generate more revenue? You see the comparison? So I'm a bit upset that the Bermuda Police Service, and again, this is not a shot at them because they're doing their thing. If you're going to release something like this, saying how many tickets, well, also release the information. And again, I'm reading from the Gazette, so they probably did have an official press release. And if I did overlook that, if we do get them, forgive me. But I haven't seen anything that says the accidents reduced by this much, road fatalities reduced by this much, collisions, whatever. That's what I think we need to measure whether it's been a success. That's me personally, but you may feel differently. Do you believe Operation Vega has been a success based on the information provided by the Bermuda Police Service?
I mean, again, Jamal, what you just said, it just depends on what you can consider to be successful. There's certain categories in there that I'm glad that is finally being highlighted or ticketed. For me, seatbelts was a big thing for me. I guess being in this space and in the United States, living here for so long, seatbelts were a big thing for me. So to see that that part has been taken a little bit seriously or being acknowledged, I can appreciate that. But I agree with you again, second time in a row, that we would like to see more data to measure exactly what it is that we're doing. It's great that tickets are being issued in the sense of we are being more cognizant of what's going on. The police are doing their job, but what is it that we are reducing? Because that was the purpose of it, right? To have a reduction in certain areas of traffic offenses. But are we just amping up the idea of let's just go ahead and ticket everyone? And what happens with that? Then it's a trickle down effect with the courts, with the fines, with persons, then in jail, and so forth. What are we getting out of this?
I mean, the government's getting money. I mean, again, if that's the goal, then maybe it is a success to them. I mean, I don't know if the police have quotas, like they have to issue a certain amount of tickets. You think about the month over month that was reported, month over month. Is that something that they're, oh, okay, look, we got 400 last month, we need 500 this month. Is it looked at as sales? I don't know. We don't have enough data right now. Well, I don't have enough data to really know whether or not to consider what I would deem a success.
Right.
And if the Operation Vega is in existence to improve driving habits, reduce collisions and road fatalities, then I would hope that when the police release this information, they can also share that. So here we go. Gamarino, he says, morning guys, the BPS has sent out repeatedly issued statistics indicating there has been a reduction in the number of traffic collisions since the inception of Operation Vega. So my only question to that, and appreciative of that, is why wouldn't it be included in this though, Gary? Like, if for the layman, we're talking about non-media people. For the layman, why would it not be included in this? This may sound very insulting, but I thought at least that the purpose was to dumb things down, right? When you read a newspaper, what I was taught is when you read a newspaper, every word in there should be able to be understood by all people. So the idea is that if you're sharing something publicly, as much information as possible should be a part of that one article. So I would challenge the BPS next time to actually include that information without having people to go look for it additionally to that, because now it creates another conversation. Well, let me now go Google that. I know it sounds lazy, but that's just the era we're in, Gary. I mean, look, people don't even get up to change the TV no more. People will walk around a damn house looking for the control before they walk 2 feet to change that channel. Come on, like you know.
And I would hope that if it was provided, that the Royal Gazette would have put it in the newspaper.
Oh boy,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I mean, she's got a point there. She's got a point.
I would hope that they would do that.
She's got a point. She's got a point. Latest Operation Vega numbers, and they're not looking good. Slow down, Bermuda. Headline from their Twitter account. Well, okay, let's discuss that. So, has it been a success? Let's talk about the number of people. Now, I've been told I drive like a grandpa. Then I've been told I no longer drive like a grandpa, right? At the end of the day, this is me just being as direct and honest with you all as possible. I'm broke. I'm dead serious. My personality, my actions reflect my pocket. I don't have the funds to pay a parking ticket, a speeding ticket, any traffic offense. You get me? And that's just me being honest. So if you tell me, I don't know what the going rate for a fine is in Bermuda, but when I was young, I've had 2 speeding tickets in my life, and they were both at I think 16 and 18, something like that.
$250.
Yeah, I was, it was a long time ago. We're talking the 90s, right? But I only share that to say this. Lessons were learned. I paid like $200 for a fine back then. I don't know what the going rate is today, but it's a deterrent for me. It's a deterrent for me.
And my thing is, I mean, I'm in the same boat as you, Jamal, as far as we are broke together, rowing in the same, going the same way. However, even if I wasn't, that's not where I want to put my money. Not at all. But I do, like I said, seatbelts are a big thing for me in Bermuda. And I feel like children not being in proper car seats and all of that, for me, was a great thing to see that they are finally ticketing. So it's a little bit of success for me in that sense. However, are we now, as you said, pointing it out because we have to meet a quota? Would it be of interest if it wasn't the situation that we're in? And I guess, why do we need an Operation Vega if we should have been ticketing the way we should have from the beginning?
I don't honestly, I get that question, but I think it's necessary based on where we're at. I think, again, if measured correctly, and as Gary said, data has been sent out quarterly, but I still do wish it was put out there with this article, where people didn't have to go and look. That said, I think anything that's going to change the road we were heading down is helpful, because, man, they were cleaning up all roads. I mean, was it last year or the year before there were a record amount? Like, we tied the record for road fatalities in Bermuda. Like, it's bad. I always say it's not up to the police or the road safety council. It's not up to them. Like, I believe driving a vehicle is a privilege, and our attitudes toward the roads are going to determine our fate. You can have all the laws you want, but as human beings, we probably need to make better decisions. Sancho Drum says, successful is finding another avenue to generate more revenue. Oh, Gary's putting me in my place, folks. Now, Jamal, you're engaging in some. Gary, I am who I am. But no, he's right. But Gary, I'm just and I am. I'm not denying what I'm doing, but that's what I'm a member of the general public, and that's what the general public's going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what people are gonna. I'm sure. I'm not trying to speak for others, but I'm pretty sure others feel the same way. Hence the amount of text I received this morning about it. Some of those angles I'm not taking on this, but I think people have legit questions regarding it.
I still do.
Yeah.
Like
Gary,
yeah.
Gary says, what's missing from the conversation is people refusing to take responsibility for their behaviors on the road. Actually, agreed. And I just addressed that, Gary. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I don't disagree with that. And part of Operation, again, depending on what's deemed a success, part of Operation Vega being a success is people being more responsible, people taking it out of the police's hands, right? And every time they operate that vehicle, ensuring that they're in a state of mind to do so. That's number one, making sure they're in the state of mind to do so. But also, honestly, I'm pretty sure Bermuda's so small that everyone has been impacted by a road fatality. I'm pretty sure. And if that doesn't make you change your behaviors on the road, I'm not sure what will.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Sherry.
No, I'm still in the twofold in regard to why we have Operation Vega from the beginning. If the police's job is to do what it is that they're supposed to do, correct? Mm-hmm. So, and my now it's coming to me, it's like, well, why do we have this? So it's almost like an incentive to put out more tickets. Is this all now coming to fruition in the sense?
Gary Moreno says there are no ticket quotas. Now, Gary, I've been hearing that from young. And I was that guy in school who I would argue against it, only because I had two first cousins who were cops and worked in that department. But it's, I understand why people would say that. I remember when we were young, I don't know if in your time, Sherry, times were similar, close to each other, but not that close. But people would say Christmas time, oh, they're trying to get that Christmas, what they call it, bonus or something. Remember how they would say stuff like that. So I think it's education, it's communication, it's community. And I think, Gary said, let's have the officer in charge on tomorrow. Well, unfortunately, we don't have availability tomorrow. You might want to check for next week, but we can definitely have the officers on whenever. That's the purpose of this show.
Why do we have it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely, well, we've had them on before, but I think it would be helpful for us. I think it would be helpful to speak directly and to bring those stats, because people are only going to read what's before them. That's the truth. That's the truth. As I said, and I'm not joking, like literally people will not get up to change a TV channel to walk 2 feet, but they will walk around for 10 minutes, probably walking 50 feet looking for the control to do so. That's the era we're living in. And let's not blame social media or young people, because you boomers and X's, you do it as well. Let's be honest. That's just the era we're living in. And in fairness to you all, some of you don't even know how to change the channel on a new TV is to go up and press the button. So
listen,
I'm just saying, this is the era we're living in. Sam kept place and Tanya Cheeseman for you, Sherry.
Police can't be everywhere. People do foolish things.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I started this conversation out. This is not about the Bermuda Police Service. This is not on them. The same way how the sugar tax is not on the grocery stores and so on, right? Like we've asked for time and time again. Obviously, there's no one, like the BPS has Gary Moreno. Other industries don't have a Gary Moreno. So when we're asking questions about the sugar tax and the results of it, we're not going to have the same response here. But I agree with, it's not the responsibility of the police to be everywhere and babysitting a general public who has a privilege to operate the roads. It's not their job. Tanya Cheeseman.
Police should be placed strategically throughout the island. It's not about prevention. Is it not about prevention?
But again, you're taking the onus off the people.
Right.
But again, I'm not perfect, folks. I might go out today and got a speed. I'm knocking on wood, but I'm simply saying, I'm very, as I've gotten older, I'm really like Laxy daisy, like just I'll get there, right? But is it not on us?
Right.
I'm challenged with this because, again, I'm not going to be one of those 7,000 people getting a ticket. I cannot afford it. I'm not joking when I say that. And Bermuda's expensive, so I can imagine how much it taxes me. And me, I'm not trying to pay anything more to that premier's salary. I'm not. That's how I look at things. And if the way I look at things is childish, so be it. But I don't have the money to spare.
If it helps you, then hey, use it.
Right? Again, if that's my way of thinking of being safe on the road, then that's what I'm gonna stick with. But I just feel like we have to accept some responsibility. And to put, okay, let me use another angle. So if someone goes down the street and injures somebody else physically, are we gonna blame the police for not being present? We're probably not. We're probably not. So the same should be done when it comes to people who have the, who are taking advantage of that privilege to operate a vehicle.
Yeah, you should be able to govern yourself accordingly with what the rules have already been put in place.
Mm-hmm. Michelle White says, good morning. Just coming in. I asked my husband's opinion on Operation Vega, and he said, what's that? I guess more education is needed. Well, in fairness, they have been very vocal to Bermuda Police Service about Operation Vega. They've been on this show. They've been throughout the media. Michelle, I'm going to put it on you for ensuring your husband didn't watch the Daily Hour when we had the police on speaking about it. And they may have been on more than once, Michelle. So I'm holding you accountable right there, all right? It's what we do in the TDH community. Charles H. Jefferson II, while there may not be ticket quotas, how are the police officers' performance measured? Well, that's a good question. Maybe that was in some statistics that were released, huh, Gary? I'm having fun with Gary this morning. Michelle White says, let me be careful. He's taller than me. Michelle White says, stop it, Sherry. What would it take for him to know about it? Yes, attach it to the remote. Seriously, though, if BPS is catching people at 5 a.m., they are catching people who are consciously abusing the early hours. I'll say this much, again, stats are there, information's there. When these things are released, I would hope that the information is all together for people to make their own decisions. My way of measuring it would probably be to figure out if there's been a reduction in collisions and road fatalities. Yeah. If there has, I may say, well, it's working. No, other people may say, well, if there's been a certain number of tickets issued, then it's been a success. Some folks may say, they may wear like titles like Premier and Minister of something. They may think certain number financially is a success. Everyone's measurement of success is going to be different as it pertains to this. At the end of the day, I think we can all agree we want less collisions and less death on our roads. And that should this should not be an argument, discussion, a blame game. This should be literally finding ways to get less death. What I'm not going to do is get in the conversation of the police need to spend more time finding murderers. The police need to spend more time doing this or that. Because regardless of what they do, someone's not going to be happy or satisfied. Let's go to bring Leanna in. Do you think Leanna's a speeder?
I can see her little feet pushing down. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? I think she sits on a pillow because she shows me. Let me stop. Hey Lee, good morning. How are you?
You weren't trying to do short jokes just now, were you? You couldn't have been.
I'm here for it. Good, Lee.
No, I was paying attention. I was like, where's he going with this? And then I heard pillow. Oh. You couldn't have. Not this morning.
No, why would I do that?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Lee. Kim, swinging this morning. Swinging.
No, but I did hear you.
With Gary.
I'm sorry?
I want to get you in trouble with Gary.
No, Gary already came for me last week. I don't want that smoke this morning. No pun intended with my story that's coming up.
Well, you get all the like the information, the news, what they call them, press releases and stuff like that. Obviously, you have probably more insight than the layman. But from a journalist perspective, should the Royal Gazette, on Shara's question, should the Royal Gazette have included prior stats in terms of collisions and road fatalities? And I'm not using the Royal Gazette, but should any media, because I don't know if Burn News included it, but do you think that's the way that it should be reported?
Yeah, because I mean, it gives context, right? Especially to whatever, whatever we're discussing. If you need to back your facts up, you usually use some sort of statistical, analysis or what have you that's been put out to the public or whatnot. Now, I have to say that I believe that Operation Vega, they have been very vocal in their approach since day one, since it was announced, because I remember speaking of it from the first time, they had announced it publicly, and they had continuously talked about, how this operation was to keep the road safer, et cetera. And they also did publish, and in favor of Gary, they did publish stats on, tickets issued and what have you. So I do agree that media in general should use facts to be able to back up whatever stories they're, looking
And I
to.
think the questions are fair. The questions and the comments are fair because people will ask questions based on what people will share comments. But I want to just on that the Operation Vega. I my hope from a conversation like that is people look within, because I just feel like still is BPS.
No, accountability. That is the word
Exactly.
of the year. I thought we had announced this back in January. It is accountability, because as much as, like we said, we put it on the government to fix this, and that. At the end of the day, you have personal responsibility to be a safe driver, right? So,
In
no,
all aspects,
the
govern yourself
police
accordingly.
exactly. The police are there to, enhance those, regulations and whatnot. But no, personal responsibility. We're adults, man. Come on now.
Yeah, personal responsibility for me until French fries come into conversation. I'm
and and just to let you know, no, I am not a speeder. I have had tickets in my day, but I'm not a speeder.
Hold on. Okay, we got to get to the news
gosh.
break. We've got Dr. Littlejohn coming up. But let's do this. Let's do this. If you've had one speeding ticket, put your hand up. If you've had 2 speeding tickets, put your hand up. If you've had 3 speeding tickets, put your hand up. We are a good group of
She was like, nobody else is.
I was like, let me wait for Liana.
I was saying, let me wait for Sherry.
Wait. In Bermuda or United States?
No, it doesn't matter. In life.
I
think that
speeding is speeding across the board.
Let's give Sherry out. Sherry's got about 50 years on us, right? So she's had more time to gain that, right? So she's had more
Lee,
time.
it's time to go to the news.
It's definitely time to go to the news.
Okay. Over to you, Lee. Oops. My big fat mouth.
Thanks, Jamal and Sherry, and good morning to all of you that are tuned in with us today. I hope everyone is having a great start to this Tuesday. I'm Leanna Lambert, and it's time for the Daily Hour News Break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Well, a fiery attack has been launched against the island's electricity company this morning after the regulatory authority has accused Belco of deliberately misleading the public about emissions from its North Power Station. Now, releasing a statement, the RA said that the senior representatives at Belco had made concerted efforts to misinform the public, and that a representative had been selective about what information was being shared. Now, more specifically, the RA notes that the representative openly stated that their plant was supposed to burn natural gas, not what it is burning today. And they further assert that this is the genesis of the problems they are facing with respect to the plant and soot emissions. Now, it was last month that residents complained about the emitting soot experienced in their neighborhoods. Responding to the RA, Last evening, Belco President Wayne Kane said that he, along with managing officials, took to various radio stations to explain the reasons behind a recent emission fallout at the North Power Station and what they are doing to improve operations at the plant. Now, he claims that they never had any intention to mislead the public and do not believe that they did. In other news, the Ministry of Economy and Labor said that the Department of Immigration continues processing passport applications and endeavors to complete and send them to Her Majesty's Post Office for printing as soon as possible. Now, you might recall a government spokesperson advised that Bermuda passport processing times may take up to 20 weeks, and they were looking to hire more staff to process the high volume of applications. Well, the ministry said that they have confirmed that recruitment began in mid-July and additional personnel are expected to be hired by the end of August. Now, it is anticipated that with the addition of the new staff, processing times will return to 11 weeks. The ministry also advises that there are currently several passports at HMPO awaiting printing. They remain committed to resolving these challenges and ask for the public's patience and understanding as they work to complete the processing of passports as soon as possible. Taking a look at today's weather, we have a high near 87 and a low near 79 degrees. The bright sunshine we've recently experienced will ease up ever so slightly today as we welcome a light southeast breeze today as sunny spells turn partly cloudy. Now, with high pressure in charge, our light southeasterly breeze will become variable in direction at times. Don't get too comfortable as hot, dry, and mainly sunny conditions will continue for most of the week. Our humidity has dropped slightly to 75%. That's all for our Daily Hour news break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Now let's head back to Jamal and Sherry in the studio for today's Daily Focus.
So, Belco.
I was waiting for it.
Just yesterday, we were talking about a press release by a minister of the government, which was kind of misleading to some. Mm-hmm. Now we have a government MP, former minister, who heads a certain company that's being accused by the regulatory authority of misleading the public. Well, you know what they say about birds and flocking and together.
It's the delivery for me. Voice. It was the voice for me. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to be calm, and again, my blood pressure was a bit high after yesterday's show, so I'm trying to keep it down. But anyway,
Good stuff.
Days of the year. What you got for us, Sherry?
Today is Co-working Day. It's a day meant to appreciate the achievements as well as to encourage the concept of co-working around the world. You may have once confused the words co-worker and co-working as related concepts, but they differ markedly. A co-worker is someone who works in the same company or workplace as you do, while co-working is a workspace where people from different workplaces work jointly to execute a particular project or task. So happy co-working day.
Oh, never heard.
We co-work.
Oh.
Are we co-working? This is co-working.
This is co-working.
There we go.
When I'm in my space.
Nobody wants to be in your space either, Jamal.
I'm sorry.
That's why we're online.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. They don't like seeing me in person. They usually make excuses they can't see me. Oh, my toe hurts or something. But anyway.
Oh my God.
Lee is on
tomorrow.
Today.
Yeah, I'm excited. Dr. Littlejohn is my eye doctor, so I'm looking forward to her coming on right now. Morning,
Okay,
Dr. Littlejohn.
Can we take
your glasses?
I'm like Sherry. I could see up close. I can't see distance.
So let me ask this before the doctor comes on. What is your prescription number? What is your negative what?
Why would you do that to me, Sherry? Why would you put me in this?
I don't even know what the hell that means.
Negative 0.75 and 125.
0.75? I want to go with 0.75. I feel like I've seen that on my contacts.
That's not bad.
I'm sorry, but we speak Bermudian English on this show.
Okay.
you all are talking about. But Lee, I'm telling that you haven't been wearing your glasses. All right, Lee, you have a birthday coming up soon too, right?
I sure do. Well, how are you going to do that? How are you going to criticize me and tell me I got a birthday coming up in the same breath?
Just on it today, Lee.
What I have.
I do.
Right. Lee, we'll speak to you before your birthday. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Folks, we got to take a quick break. Dr. Littlejohn's coming up. We're talking eye care, and I've got some people to tell. I'm gonna tell on some people when she comes. Don't worry. Stick with us.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dendy Town Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
All right, welcome back to the big show. Sherry Vanderpool, I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed on our website so you don't miss a chance for updates, promotions, prizes, and more. Also, if you're on the go and you can't watch, that's okay. Download the BCG Radio app, available for both Android and Apple devices, and you can listen to us every single time we go live, like those who are tuned in on bcgradio.com. You can't see us, but I'm smiling at you, and so is Sherry. Look, it's time for our guest for the day. We've got Dr. Alexandra Littlejohn coming on, and we're talking eye care. Good morning, madam. How are you?
Good morning. How's everybody?
Good morning.
I'm quite fine. I can see well this morning.
So can I.
I'm just saying. So you heard some people talking about you before you came on, and okay. So before we even get into the conversation, what do those numbers mean? 0.7. What was it?
So I am negative 1.25 in one eye and negative 0.75 in another eye.
So your eyes tell you are different.
They can be, or they can be the same.
All right. So is that normal for one person to have two different things for their eyes?
Very normal. Yes. So she's nearsighted, so she can see up close, but she can't see far away.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm learning something new. So, okay.
But I'm not legally blind. I'm not close to legally blind. I'm far from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not too bad. Just a mild prescription.
Yes.
All right. So let's jump in. So we talk about so many different conditions, and two things that come to mind that are of importance that we just don't talk about as much as dental care and eye care. Why is eye care so important?
Eye care is important because it's not just about glasses. There's so many things that can be detected in the back of the eyes. Glaucoma, diabetes, even cancer, just so many things beyond glasses. So that's why it's so important to come in and get your eyes checked.
And you mentioned glaucoma. And how would a person, if they don't go to the eye doctor, are there other ways, like other symptoms that one can?
No.
Really?
So that's the scary thing. So That's what scares me when someone, in their 40s comes in, first time eye exam. That's scary for me because you don't know what you're going to find back there. And with glaucoma, it's symptomless. So they could have advanced glaucoma, and when it gets advanced like that, there's nothing you can do about it. So, yeah.
What leads to something like glaucoma?
Well, glaucoma happens when the pressure in your eye is too much for the optic nerve in the back of the eye to handle. So it basically starts killing the optic nerve, and you lose peripheral vision. So by the time you start noticing your peripheral vision going, we can't get that vision back.
Yeah.
But if you come in for an eye exam and I start seeing damage happening and high pressure in the eye, I can do something about that.
So speaking about the eye exam, how often should we get our eyes checked?
It depends. I mean, most normal people with nothing going on, every couple of years, 2 to 3 years. Other people I see yearly, more high risk people. It depends. I see glaucoma patients maybe every 6 months. So it really depends. Contact lens patients I see every year. So it just depends on what you have going on.
And what are the most common issues you encounter with Bermudians and their eyes?
Oh, diabetes, cataracts, a lot of cataracts, high blood pressure, and then just your general need for glasses.
So just explain for the layman, like what does cataracts mean, and how does high blood pressure impact? What can it lead to?
Well, high blood pressure and diabetes can lead to something called diabetic retinopathy. So it can lead to bleeding in the back of the eyes, which can lead to blindness. So we want to catch things like that, educate people about that happening. A lot of people don't know that it can even affect the back of your eyes, that we want to see you every year and check, educate you on controlling your blood sugar, knowing your blood sugar numbers, knowing your A1C. Those are things we ask you every time you come in. Cataracts are just things that happen as you age. So the cataracts are very normal. Everyone's going to get cataracts. But a cataract is just when the lens in the eye just naturally gets cloudy and yellow, and eventually it just affects your vision so much that it just needs to be removed and replaced with a man-made implant, and that's very routine. So that's very fixable.
I want to ask the audience before Sherry jumps in. Audience, just the question: have you been to get your eyes checked in the last 5 years? That's a question for the audience. I'm giving them a wide range, 5 years.
Yeah.
Have you had your eyes checked in the last 5 years? Yes or no? Go ahead, Sherry.
And I was just gonna piggyback on that. I actually made my eye appointment here in Atlanta yesterday because I haven't been in 2 years. And as I said to Jamel before, and the audience, you have to keep those things up. Your dental every 6 months, eyes every so often. I feel like my prescription has changed, but we'll find out soon enough. But right now, summer is here and is almost over. But in Bermuda, we're still enjoying being outside. It's still extremely very hot, and the sun is out all the time. How important is it for people to protect their eyes from the sun? We automatically think shades. I know I do, but not all shades are for everybody.
I mean, I know I can't even go outside on a cloudy day without my sunglasses. So, yeah, sunglasses. You want to wear a hat. I mean, it's not just about protecting the eyeball, but the skin around the eyes. You want to wear goggles to protect your eyes from chlorine and salt water. But yeah, sunglasses.
But how important is that? How important is that for us?
It's important in preventing cataracts, sun damage to the back of the eyes. So yeah, pretty important.
It's pretty important. Now, we're all working from home these days. The children are on their computers way more than we want them to be. How is this affecting their eyesight?
It is. It's definitely can create eye strain, headaches. I just tell parents, try to take breaks from all that. It's not just in their entertainment anymore. I mean, kids are using those devices for their schoolwork, and it's where everyone is right now. Everyone is on a device for work and homework and whatnot. And just try to encourage breaks, try to encourage play outside. We definitely want to see kids every year and see if they do need some kind of eyeglasses for those devices as well.
Would you say that is just as important for us as adults? Because I know for me, I'm on the computer starting at 7 o'clock in the morning, right? Right up until later in the evening. And I have to remind myself that I need to take a break. Is it just
Oh,
as important for adults?
definitely. I think the 20-20-20 rule, every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break and look 20 feet away.
Yeah.
We have quite a few questions coming in for you. But we did ask the question, have people been in the last 5 years? We've got a yes from Tanya Cheeseman every year, Shonat Bell. A lot of yeses coming from the audience. Kathy Rogers says no. Sounds like I need to. We have Marquita Lee. She says yes.
I see some of my patients coming in there.
Well, our dear friend Senja, I'm not going to pick on her, but he says, yes, we know you have, Senja. You just got to follow the instructions they give you. But let's get to some questions. We have quite a few. So Sean Smith's asking, can laser corrective surgery really correct your vision?
Yes. It depends what you have going on. It can correct nearsightedness and farsightedness. In terms of age-related, what we call presbyopia, where your near vision starts to go, like after age 40, it can't really correct that. So a lot of people after age 40 come in and they're like, I want to correct everything. There isn't really a way to correct that yet. So you can correct your distance vision, but usually you're still needed to wear those reading glasses.
So it could help.
There's nothing that perfects that yet.
Okay. Renee Simmons, she's asking, how long does a floater stay in your eye? I've had one since I sneezed in Miami in 2015. It's still there. What's a floater?
Forever.
Yeah.
There's different types of floaters, but so basically the eyeball is filled with a jelly-like substance called the vitreous, and it breaks down over time, and you see these floaty things, and they're there forever. Usually your brain just kind of gets used to them, so hopefully her brain gets used to it.
You just see this like little thing just going across,
floating around,
and it can't be removed, or?
No, there's been some kind of laser procedures to break them up, but sometimes you just see lots of little floaters after that. But
okay. Is that when you see like someone's eye that got like a little black thing or something? Like, what is I'm trying to picture it. Like, is it something we can see?
It's not something you can see on someone else. It's something that the person sees like in their vision.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Sean Smith's asking, is watching TV in the dark bad for your eyes?
No.
Okay. I'm guessing the way she answered that, she probably does it quite often as well. Is that right?
Probably every night.
We've got Kathy Rogers is hilarious. She says that's exactly what happened to me. 40 and one day needed readers. Tanya Cheeseman says she's asking, are any eye diseases hereditary?
Yeah, glaucoma can be hereditary. Certain types of cataracts can be hereditary. Yes, definitely. I mean,
oh goodness, I'm gonna be praying over my parents, like asking them, "You're not got the glaucoma, do you?"
macular degeneration can be hereditary.
No, I think that's important. I mean, for me, I have these bright lights here, and I had to get new lights to do the show because now the lights I use, they have the protective thing over it, so the bulb's not open to me. But before, when we first started doing the show, it was tough. Like I wanted to put sunglasses. It was just really tough on my eyes. And anyone who knows me, when I go for my annual, they always put you know how they take the light and putting it up because I have very sensitive eyes. I cannot go outside during the day without sunglasses on.
Yeah.
But that said, better half and I, we've been talking about going to get our eyes checked for quite a while now. And I think after today, we'll be making those appointments because it don't make sense paying for the insurance and not using it, right?
Mine's on Friday.
Yeah. So, I mean, Sherry, your last question, pretty much, advice to give people to encourage better eye care. Like, what would you do to encourage those who, Kathy, haven't been to see an eye doctor, get an eye exam?
Just do it. Come on in. I mean, I try to educate my patients as best I can on what's going on with their eyes, and so they just can make the best decisions for themselves.
Her appointment today, I think I guilted her. Sorry, Kathy. We love you. Michelle White asked an interesting question because I remember when I was young, my mom asking the doctor, why are my eyes so sensitive to light? And one of the things they asked on the spot is, was he wearing sunglasses as a child? Because I didn't, if I was, it probably made my eyes sensitive to light. But Michelle White's asking, is there a cause for sensitive eyes? And do you agree with that doctor's comment to my mom?
Probably not. There could be many reasons for sensitive eyes. You could have dry eyes. So we really have to see the tear film and see, what's going on there. So you really need to be looked at and see what's going on. A lot of lighter eyed people are very sensitive to light. So.
Okay. And Sean Smith's asking, what home remedy can you make to wash your eyes?
Right. Sean's got some interesting questions today.
Some herbal wash or something?
I wouldn't be making any home remedies. There's they sell like Optrex to wash your eyes out. That's a good one. But try to stay away from home remedies.
I don't know about home remedies and eyes, man. I'm no expert.
Bottled water.
I mean, you can't go wrong with water, right? But
water.
I don't know. But no, it's an interesting water because we got one set of eyes, and yes. I remember. I know it's just a movie, but that was the first place I looked at the Ray Charles situation. How he lost his eyesight when he was younger, and obviously people thinking there's more technology. And I'm glad someone asked about laser eye surgery. I've been told that will correct everything, and nothing corrects everything. And I think you stating that really is helpful because the truth is we hear about diabetes, but do we really understand how much it impacts so many different aspects of our health?
Yeah.
Right. Eyes, not just losing a foot, but it's important to know this stuff. If people want to get in touch with you, maybe make an appointment, go on your website, learn more, how can they reach out to you, doctor?
Well, our phone number is 295-7300. So yeah, give us a call, make an appointment. There's we have 2 doctors here. It's me and Miss Patel. We're both seeing patients full time. So,
all righty,
make an appointment.
Get there, folks. Liana, I didn't tell on you. I didn't tell her you ain't been wearing them, but you know she heard it. She heard it before we came.
Yeah. I made my appointment, Doc.
Yeah, you ain't got to throw it out there. I'm gonna make mine too. Honestly, thank you for having this conversation. Couple of myths, couple of things that you set straight.
Yes, thank you for having me.
No problem, and I'm sure we'll be having you again because once the sun goes down and we enter fall and winter, everyone thinks, oh, it's fair game. No, we need to protect our eyes then too, right? Yeah. So I'm sure we'll be having you back. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the conversation, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.
No problem.
Take care.
All righty, Dr. Alexandra Littlejohn, folks, get your eyes checked. Get your eyes checked. When we come back, we're going to do a little, well, it's Sherry time when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Stick with us. Daily Play, you love it, don't you, Sherry?
I can't see.
Folks, if you appreciated that conversation with Dr. Alexandra Littlejohn, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share this kind of information with your friends, family, and even those you don't like at work. And I know a lot of you don't like your colleagues.
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
I'm part of the SSCP, giving us opportunities to go out and sell, which is what I'm doing today.
One of the most important things I learned in the SSCP is that failure is just a part of being an entrepreneur.
As a vocal community, then you can't go anywhere, can you?
I just believe it's a really beautiful and amazing experience for everybody.
A lot of late nights being up, trying to finalize things, especially for me.
You don't have to do everything at once. Little steps is the key to success.
They helped me go through every step of the way.
It has helped me gain more confidence, so that's one thing.
I'm Marley Spriggs and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Joshua Allen and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Trey Robertson Richards and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Namira Rayner and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Vincent Darrell and I am an entrepreneur.
I'm Shayla Swan and I'm an entrepreneur.
I am Sophia Pasinhan. I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Zion and I'm a young entrepreneur.
All righty, welcome back to the big show. Thanks again to People's Pharmacy, One Communications, Medical House, and Lindos for ensuring we're able to do this with you. If you appreciated today's conversation, found it helpful, like, love. If it hurts your feelings, cry. If you learned something, show us some love. All right. And again, share these conversations. It's important. Honestly, everyone should be getting their eyes checked. It is a part of our regular health. It's time for the Daily Play. Brought to you by Heineken 0.0. Great taste, no alcohol, and Bermuda Trivia now available for purchase at Somerset Pharmacy, People's Pharmacy, Flyer and Color, Caesars Pharmacy, and Robertson's. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Sherry, are you ready?
Sure.
You know, Larry Marshall Jr. will be your best friend if you get this right today.
And I like Larry.
If audience, this is going to determine Sherry and Larry's relationship, the answer to this question. All right?
New Sanchez should have did today.
It's a remember when, and I don't think anyone in the audience is going to get it without Googling. All right, remember when. The Bermuda Track and Field Association, known as today the Bermuda National Athletics Association was founded in what decade?
70s? '80s? Larry, are you telling me the answer?
She's Googling. She's looking at her phone, folks. She's looking at her phone.
I'm just seeing if Larry's...
No one would know the answer without Googling. And
Larry's typing right now.
Everyone's saying the 60s. The 60s is not the answer, my friends.
He didn't know it either.
He didn't know it? He said that?
He said that.
He said that? Cher's on her phone during the show, folks. Look at her. She ain't even paying you all no mind.
I needed help. I needed to fan a friend.
It's not the 70s, folks. It's not the 70s. This will be on one of the next editions of Bermuda Trivia. 1946.
Okay, everybody didn't know it, so I'm not the minority.
If everybody was... No, I'm not going to do that to you. Final thoughts on today's show, Sherry. What's your thoughts? Discussion, Operation Vega. What's your thoughts?
Operation Vega. Can we just have all the information? You know, I'm just big on transparency. That's just me.
Well, I mean, information's there for us, so you know.
Well, Uncle Gary, where is it? No, just kidding. But I would like for it to be present. And again, if it just depends on what success means to you. Like I said, seatbelts was a big thing for me, but I still have the question of why we need Operation Vega. But that sounds like it's a whole different story, a different show.
Adults, but go ahead.
Yes. In addition, as far as Dr. Littlejohn, I am big on making sure that you take care of everything. And eyesight is one of those. Diabetes runs in my family. My sister, my mom, everyone wears glasses. So that has always been a part of me and the things that you do annually. So I encourage people to continue to do that because we don't want to take it for granted. You don't want to hit 40. Like Jamal's going to need Rita soon and so forth. So you just don't want to wait to that time. Make sure you stay on top of your health in general. I'll be at the eye doctor on Friday.
Indeed, folks. Operation Vega, at the end of the day, the message from me is consistent on this show throughout. Accountability. You know, I'm all for eliminating the need for things like that. So it really comes down to us. However, you know, I would encourage, you know, I love Gary, respect Gary. Gary is one of the biggest reasons for this show, but I do disagree with Gary. I think that if releasing that, no, it's not about directing people to stats that were released previously. When you release that, you release those stats as well. So I would highly disagree with that. I think, you know, it would not hurt for the Bermuda Police to release those stats along with this in one press release. So that's my opinion. That's where I stand on it. As far as the eye care, folks, I mean, she answered a lot of questions for us. I think, you know, especially if you have insurance that covers it, take advantage of it. Make those appointments. You know, our health, it is a big part of our health. We use our eyes to do pretty much everything, right? So let's do better. Let's take advantage of our health insurance benefits. And even if you don't, find a way to get your eyes checked. Sherry, you've got some daily inspiration for us?
I do. The difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack of will. So get your will up and keep it moving. And that's from Vince Lombardi.
All righty, Coach Lombardi. Thanks again to our partners, Medical's One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She's Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamal Hartman. My friends, make it a safe and great day. Peace. Oh.